program. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rudimentary creatures of blood and flesh, you touch my mind.
Good morning, Valhalla! Sci-Fi Monday! Southern Viking! It's time to wake the neighbor's voice! The angriest wrench on the internet, Mark the Infinitely Tired. Choose a rolling. The Lady Arwyn Avalon. Apollome's Minion. Henry Gambos, Grim, the Wicked Wrench of the East Project story time. The Mad Doctor Adega Outlaw. Andy Masterson! The Muppet from Another Puppet! Showback! TJC! Project Cambridge! Dave G Sound! Ghost Rider! Justice da Balina! The Wrench of Wrenches, Chris Verda. Startup Ubers Cuba. Penny and grumpy old Marine vet.
I am the vanguard of your destruction.
Mephisto's movie reviews. And we've got Tabletop Junkie and Y2CD. What is up? Greetings, one and all, and welcome to the Weekend Review here on Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Cold Loki, and of course, my two co-hosts with me today are the Rooster, Dave Bob.
Cool intro.
And the lady, Arwyn Avalon.
Yeah, I want to headbang after that intro. I agree. Yeah.
Hello, gentle peoples. Dave Bob is turning over a new leaf. He's going to be very mild and laid back. Oh, shit.
You couldn't finish that before I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah,
man. That's more like it.
Hello, Choose a Rolly.
Y'all, that's Spawn. That's Spawn in the chat. So. Hey,
oh, what is up? Good morning, everybody. Henry Gambles, my good friend, Psychodorf 9.
Yes.
Dwarf 9.
Yes.
So, good morning.
Y'all.
Shellback cock-a-doo-doo-doo day, Bob.
Yeah, I'm the cock of the walk.
And speaking of, holy shit, he did it again.
Hey, Bob, you're ready to throw down. Look at you.
Look at that spike collar.
I know. I love it. I love it.
Loki looks like he's about 12, and you look like you're about 13.
Right? I had a phase in college where I wore all the spike shit. I did. So I could kind of relate to this. I never wore a beanie, but I did wear all the spike bracelets. I don't know.
I'm still trying to figure out who that milk toast white dude is on my shirt.
He does kind of stand out, doesn't he? Oh my God.
Holy shit.
There you go.
You lost your collar, Dave Bob.
Yeah, but I still got the look.
Dave Bob's like, screw these clothes. I'm going commando.
I'm showing off my breast.
I got big breasts.
You got some cleavage there. There's no mistaking it. Damn.
When you get older, you get man boobs.
Moobs. You get moobs, Bob.
Moobs.
Oh my God. I love
Man
it.
Squatch says, well, you said talking shop, so I thought shock glass.
Fantastic, man. Squad. Oh, aren't we cute?
Now Dave Bob's got the crossed arm pissed off look, and I'm like,
You got a big grin on your face.
holy shit.
No lie.
The ones where I got those old cockadoodle eyes that look like they're crossed. There they go.
What the hell happened to Dave Bob? You look like the gremlin off of Gremlins 2, the one with the wacky ass eyeballs.
Yeah, you look like Shaggy on that one. You look a little bit like Shaggy.
You do. You do.
Now that was the high school look. I will admit that. I just didn't have the red hair. And I couldn't grow facial hair back then. So, yeah.
He's like the new Scooby-Doo. We've got Daphne, we've got Shaggy, and the new Scooby. He's a big old rooster, y'all. Oh my
Mark says
God.
it looks like I hit the hooch.
Scooby-Doo means cock of the walk. And still,
Yeah, I'm still screwed up.
Pixar, take note. We're coming for you. I love this one so much. Oh, damn. And you're smiling. Dave Bob is smiling, y'all. He's happy. He's so
Happy rooster.
Tex.
Got all the chickens in a row.
Loki, you look happy too.
I look happy too. What the hell's on my shirt? I see the skull. That looks about right, but it's like Iggy, Shag, Knack, Doodle, something. I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read what's on Arwyn's shirt, but I can't quite make that out either.
26. That's about all I can make. Something bold.
Something bold.
Kerfuffle. I don't know. Kerfuffle bold. Shine. 26. Guess as good as mine, y'all. I don't know.
Mark says I'm checking out Arwyn's boobs in that picture.
Oh, you would, Mark. Mark. Shame, pew pew. Shame. I don't know. Dave Bob in these pictures he has had bigger boobs than me in every picture. So check his out. Oh, those are great.
I love starting out my Friday mornings like that. Thank you so much, Man Squatch.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother.
Agreed.
That is the best way to start out Friday morning.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for a better way to start the day. So thank you, my friend, so very much. I never would have imagined anybody would go through that much trouble for one of our shows. Thank you.
Man Squash, yeah, and in all seriousness, it has been a hell of a week, and I logged in this morning, I was like, Man Squash needs to make me smile, and I saw those, and I went, he made me smile. Every week, I so look forward to those. I really do. They're fun.
Something to look forward to on a Friday morning.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And we've got a kind of a heavy topic this morning. I'm not going to spend too much time on the first thing I'm going to bring up because, yeah, but dude, Chris too. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, he's even got my even star in there. Oh my God, Chris. Yes.
Got me in my Sunday best.
Oh, and you two look so dapper. So dapper. Love it.
I love that sneer on his face.
And Arwyn in pink.
Oh, it's my color, y'all. It's my color. I don't have a lot of pink because,
sexy.
30, but I love it. So
schmexy.
Schmexy.
So there's been a lot of talk over the last 24 hours about a fellow YouTuber and lawyer named Nick Rakita. I don't want to.
I saw that.
There's a reason why I didn't put this up on the front. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about this, or talking about him. We are going to talk about this, but we're not going to spend that much time talking about him. I don't want to get clicks talking about someone that's going through 9 kinds of shit right now. So that's not my intention. That's why it's not on the thumbnail. That's why it's not in the title. It's a sad state of affairs. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not going to be one of those people that was like, where are his friends? I know a bunch of people reached out to him. I know a bunch of people tried to reach out to him. A bunch of people close tried to stop this before. And I'm sure there were some people that egged it on. That's not what this is about. What this is about is sometimes you can't help people that don't want to help themselves. You have to be ready to admit, yep, I made a mistake, I screwed up, and you want to fix that before you can move forward.
You got to be in a position to want to.
And hopefully when you
hit rock bottom.
Yeah. And hopefully when he's ready, bad is when his friends will be there for him when he's ready to turn it around.
Yeah.
We went through something similar with Mike. God love him. Mike had a moment of down the well, and we were there to give him a hand and help him back up and give him advice that he needed. If he didn't want to take that advice, there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot forcefully fix people. They have to want to make that choice. They have to be the ones that take those first steps towards recovery and getting better and getting well with themselves. They have to make that choice. You can't push them into it. It'll never work.
Here's the thing I think people don't realize too, when you're talking about, well, why didn't his friends say anything? Why didn't his friends? When you're in that situation, and I've never been in a situation that deep. I have struggled with my own kind of addiction, and that's a story for another time. But the point is, when you are into that, there comes a point that you cross over where you start separating yourself from those that aren't kind of going along with what you're doing, from those that say, hey, you need to watch this. Hey, you're going down a dark path. I love you, brother or sister, or whatever, but you're not going in a good direction. This is not going to end well. When you're in that, you start separating yourselves from the people that are holding you accountable and trying to give you good advice, but because it's not the advice you want, and you want this one thing more, you will gravitate towards the people that are supporting that habit as opposed to telling you, don't do this. So yes, friends have reached out from what I understand. They have explained things, but like Loki said, you have to get to that point where you realize it yourself, because if you don't, you're going to take yourself away from those people that are trying to help you because it's warring against what you desire. So
That's
it's
right.
just something to keep in mind when casting blame and saying, well, this person didn't tell him this or this person didn't do this. At the end of the day, we don't know, we weren't there. But that's a train that tends to happen. So
That's right. And guys, I lived through this in my 20s. Most of my 20s was filled with drug-induced haze, stealing, breaking into cars, breaking into houses, you name it, the crazy shit, we did it. And I remember towards the end, one of my good friends was sleeping with multiple women. He was married. He was doing coke. He was doing meth. He was doing all kinds of crazy shit. And I told him, I said, your wife's going to find out all about this. And he was like, only if you tell her. And I said, I'm not going to tell her shit. I'm just saying she's going to find out about all this shit that's going on. And a couple of years later, she found out everything and divorced him, took the kids. He ended up living on an air mattress with his dad for a while. But he got his shit straight. He actually goes to church. He's got a good family life. He eventually got his shit straight, but there was nothing I could say or do. And I had known him almost my entire life. There were three of us that were like brothers to the bone. Me and two other guys. We were brothers. We constantly hung out together. We traveled together. We did all kinds of shit. And he wouldn't listen to me. I was his brother, his best friend, and he just wouldn't listen to me. There is nothing I could do at the end of the day to convince him that he needed to change what he was doing. Eventually, he made that choice for himself and he did the work. Our other friend did not. It's in the same position that he, if not worse, because of the stupid shit that has happened.
Right.
And there's just nothing you can do about it.
Right.
So I saw a lot of people yesterday. Well, where were his friends? Until he decides to make that change and get his shit together, they've reached out. They've talked to him. They've said something. Whatever it is that they've done, believe me, it's not something that just he has to make that choice. He has to decide not to do this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing too, it's not like his friends waited until now. I'm sure if he, if he's got good people in his corner, I'm sure they've been doing this since all this started. They've probably been, dude, hey, but you, like you said, if you're not ready,
Can't help them if they don't want to be helped.
No, it's the truth.
And me and Dave Bob know a guy that was literally like killing his liver every night doing live streams. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
And they're, dude, you need to slow down. You need to stop. You need to this. And no. And until that person decided I'm going to stop getting absolutely shit-faced every night and singing about, I don't even want to say what they were singing about. Until they decide to do that, there's nothing you can do about it. When someone goes through a bottle of bullet bourbon a night, there's just, if they don't want to listen to you, they're not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
Grumpy Old Mariva says, every stream from yesterday and today was been prefaced by, I reached out to him and he slapped it away. I found that YouTube is a pile-on platform. People mob and tear down there. You have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. I'm going to tell you that right now. Grumpy Old Mariva, you don't ever want to know. You don't ever want to know. There's a lot of family here. Okay? But you've seen family on like Thanksgiving and all that. There's a lot of that too. And there's a lot of people who don't give a shit about anybody else but themselves.
Yeah.
Yep. All they're trying to do is just build themselves up and put everybody else down.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Mephisto says, yeah, I caught that last night when Legal Mindset said we've been reaching out to him since last year, trying to get him to listen, and he wouldn't.
Yeah. And I appreciated Legal's Mindset's stream on it because he was pretty much like, look, the only reason I'm doing this is because my phone's been blowing up. People have questions, and they are friends. So he's like, I'm just going to go ahead and come out, report what's happened, kind of give my opinion, but I'm not going to focus on this day after day after day. And as his friend, yeah, he had a right to come out and say, hey, not that other people don't, but you know what I mean? He was coming from a good place. He was coming from look, this is what's happened. This is what's going on. This was my interaction with him. And I'm reporting it so people can know.
Yep. You're going to find the people that stick with you. And then you're going to find the ones that are going to try to push you down and just drag you down.
Yeah.
And the ones that are trying to help you, they're doing their level best, but you can't make somebody get better. They've got to want to get better.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I want to tell you something. Prescriptions, that's some of the worst shit to get addicted to. So hydrocodone, Oxycontin, Vicodin, pretty much all the painkillers. Yeah, the only thing I didn't do was like morphine because, that makes me very sick. So I tried everything and I almost destroyed myself in the process. Mm-hmm. So, and I had to move. I had to get out of town. I had to leave because I realized every time I try and do this, I've got someone coming over here. You want to get fucked up?
Yep. You always
And-
have your crowd that tries to drag you back in.
And they don't want you to get better because
No.
they're in that lifestyle too. So
Yes.
it's a horrible cycle.
Yep.
It really is.
And I had to get away from all that. I left. That's when I left Houston, and I went further north, up into North Texas, was to get away from all that, and get away from the people, so where it was not easily obtainable. And I know what people are saying, you can get shit everywhere. Not when you're out in the middle of the boondocks and you know absolutely effing nobody. I lived in a town of like less than 100 people. Look up Aurora, Texas, and you'd be like, damn, some space aliens landed there. Those are the kind of people we're talking about here.
Yes. Yeah. Not everywhere is a big city. No.
So and it's up to you. You've got to take that step. You've got to decide to walk that line and to get away from it. Nobody can do anything to help you until then. I'm blessed. I called Mike yesterday and I said, dude, I love you. Thank you for listening to me. And he goes, I hit bottom. And I said, well, dude, thank you, because you're a brother and you got your shit together. And I know how hard that is. And thank you for listening, because there are, every once in a while something comes along and it reminds you of all the shit you've been through and all the shit you've done and all the times you've tried to help somebody. And you're like, damn, who listened to me? Oh, well, a couple of people listened to me. And then you're like my brother that stood with me. He wouldn't have been my best man if he was still in all that. He wouldn't have been there. He might not even be alive right now. So
yeah.
It's one of those really messed up things. And you know what? To hell with anybody trying to make any money off this or make any super chats off this or make attention. That's why we didn't put it up on the thing. I don't want to be one of those. I don't want that. I don't want to make any money off this. I just want to talk about it with my own experience and Arwyn's experience and Daybog's experience and get it out, because
we want him to get better.
We want him to get better.
Yeah.
That's
Agreed.
what we want. We don't want to make a dime off of him. We don't.
My older brother was an alcoholic, and he died of liver cancer, and he was only 61 years old.
Wow.
And I tried many times to help him, but he would not accept it.
It's almost a form of abuse. I know there will be some people that are like, Loki, what are you talking? It's self-abuse.
Very much.
Is what
so.
it is. So you talk about alcoholism. I'll share something that I don't ever talk about. So my aunt on my dad's side was married to this guy who worked for Coors. He drove a truck for Coors. And he got fired because he was taking the expired beer home with him. So off the truck, anything that was expired on the truck, he took it home with him. And he got caught and he got fired. And he would get absolutely toasted. And that's when the beating started. And one night they got into it, and he went to his closet and he got his rifle out and he put it in her mouth. And he told her if she ever talked back to him again, blah, 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 blah. She went and got a gun, and she learned how to use a gun. And he had sworn, I'll never do that again. I'm so sorry. As sure as shit as he had said all that shit before. And one night he got drunk and she mouthed off. She was like, you need to stop this. You need to This is not what we talked about. And he got pissed off and lost his shit, went to his closet to go get his gun. And when he came back in the room, she blew his fucking head off. She blew cherry pie all over the living room wall.
God.
I am not kidding.
Wow.
I've had multiple alcoholics in my family. I grew up looking at all this. I grew up watching all of this. I grew up dealing with it. And still, even knowing that, I got into pills and weed and all other kinds of fun shit because I was dumb. I was absolutely positively dumb. I didn't take the lessons for what I should have. And I had to deal with that for a while. I had to deal with that for years. Mm-hmm. And I did all kinds of screwed up shit. So that's honest to God. What did you do screwed up? I broke into a guy's house to steal pot once. A whole barrel of it. You know those big weather barrels that they put out? Oh, yeah.
Full of weed?
Full of weed.
Oh, my God.
That guy must have been a dealer.
I don't mean to derail, but stars in the eyes. Wow.
Because I went over there and he was like, I'm go get it. And I was like, okay. He goes, you know what? Come with me. And I was like, okay. Go out to his garage. He opens up his thing. And there's like one of those big like road barrels there. And I was like, how was that? He opened the top of that son of a bitch. I was like, damn. And he's like, yeah, don't tell anybody about this. I'm like, I ain't gonna tell a damn soul.
I'm just gonna come back later tonight.
I'm gonna file it away in my little.
I didn't go back that night, but I knew he was going on a trip in a couple of days, and so I scoped it out, and I was like, boom, and I damn right, and I dealt that shit out for like 6 months. I was like, oh, you need some? Here, it's cheap. Yeah, it's cheap because I didn't have to pay for it. Shellback weed doesn't count. Well, unless you steal a barrel of it.
Oh my God. Yes.
So crazy.
I could see Loki trying to strap that thing on his back and walking out with it.
No, I turned that bitch on its lip and I rolled that son of a bitch. I rolled it right out the back door, around the house, and got it into my car.
I'm having a visual of this.
I had a Explorer, so it wasn't a car, but still, I just slid it in. He just slid it in. Look, just slid it in. Somebody's gonna clip that and be like, I just slid it in.
Slipped it in.
And you're right.
Wow.
We do stupid shit, and I'm just lucky I got all that over with. Someone was like, was it you, Dave, Bob? Was it you who's like, as I get older, I get angrier?
Yeah.
I'm mellowed. I have seriously mellowed. The older I have gotten, the more I have mellowed out. Victor Fontaine.
The reason I get angry is because of all the stupid shit going on. I mean, this country is gone to hell in a handbasket. I mean,
yeah, we have some issues for sure. For sure. Yeah, y'all, and it wasn't me who said it this time. It was Loki.
He slipped it in.
Clip him. Clip.
Just slipped it
Chris
in.
Mark. Clip. Sensei, clip. They're the clip happy ones around here.
He rolled it all the way home. Wait, that's not how it works.
Did you see what Dega put?
Dega's got it right.
Where?
Biggest rolls is Cheech and Chong.
Oh my God.
Yes, there you go. Biggest rolls and Cheech and Chong.
I love
Thank
that.
you, Dega. And you know, it's fun to talk about it now. I'd have never talked about this with anybody. I was so paranoid, like I'm gonna say something, something's gonna happen. They're gonna trace me back to blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, and yada yada yada. I'd have never talked about this. It was like
I got a big old poster right behind me that says, "Don't go tonight to see this film. Cheech and Chong up in smoke."
I love Cheech and Chong. I do.
Hey man.
But I tell you what, it made that all made watching movies interesting, because it was like, have we watched this before, man? I think we watched this already.
Hey Dave. Dave's not here.
My favorite cheat line ever is Mexican Americans. They go to night school and take Spanish and get their B. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Hooray for Santa Claus. Now we hair on his jaws.
Sorry, y'all. Some levity. We need some levity.
I had this buddy named Scotty, and he was like, dude, Star Trek sucks and blah 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 and yada yada yada. And I was like, dude, have you ever even watched it? And he's like, I don't need to watch it. Da, 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 da. I'm like, dude, you need to watch it. There's some badass Code Warrior, da 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 da, you know, Worf, and I'm like, you know, you need to check it out. So he started watching TNG, and he was like, dude, Worf is badass, right? And that got him, you know, more interested. I'm on my honeymoon of my first marriage, and I get a message on my answering machine because yes, I'm that old. And he's like, dude, I put on this Star Trek movie and there's a Vulcan and he laughed. What the fuck? Call me when you get this. And I'm like, he is so plastered and wasted right now.
Was that Spock's brother?
Yeah, that was Spock's brother. Yeah. So he was watching Star Trek 5 and had no idea what the hell was going on. And yeah, Scotty doesn't know. And he was that kind of Scotty that he didn't know. So he'd be so high, you could be railing his girlfriend and Scotty wouldn't know. He ended up getting pulled over on his way back from buying an ounce of pot. He ended up getting pulled over because his brake light was out.
Oh my
God.
God.
You got to think, this is like the weediest weedy of the weedy guys. So he gets in your car. He's like, headlights work, taillights work, turn lights work. Okay, let's go.
Right.
Every freaking time you'd be like, okay, let's go get blah, blah, blah. So for him to get pulled over because a brake light was out. And then, you know, I mean, me and another buddy are sitting there like across the street, like watching, waiting. And as soon as I heard that dog bark, I said, he is fucked. Let's go. You don't think we should wait? Nope. He's fucked. Let's go.
Yeah.
I said, they're going to search his car and they're going to find it and boom, jail. So, and then look at what happened to Nick. He's in jail.
Yeah.
So
it's a very rude awakening. A very rude awakening. But
hopefully that will be an awakening.
I hope, you know, and if it was just the 3 adults, okay, whatever, you know, they are responsible for their own decisions, but 5 children and young children. Some of them are young from what I understand. Maybe
that will be weediest of the weedy that will ever weed. That's right.
Yep.
Irate Specialist says, I smoked something and lost the use of my legs for a few hours. It sounds like they put something else in it.
What did they cut that shit with, Irate?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Probably shouldn't have drove home that night.
No.
I used to work out in the field on a survey crew. I was a party chief working for the company that I retired from. But during that time, when we were in the woods, we always had to be very watchful because you would come across these big patches of weed and you had to make sure, you know, there wasn't any booby traps or they wasn't out there waiting with shotguns and all kinds of stuff. This was back in the late 70s and the early 80s. And that shit was rampant all over the South, especially, you know, Northwest Louisiana, Arkansas, East Texas, you know, just all of that. And I had one of my buddies, he was a weed head. I mean, I never smoked weed or anything like that. I mean, it wasn't my thing. But this guy, when we go through them things, he'd pull out his goddamn machete and he'd start whacking that stuff, piling it up and it was funny. And I was always just nervous as hell. I wanted to get the hell out of there.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Glad you're doing good, Vic. Good morning. Free me from my guy and his brother who was a grower. I don't know what was in it. Yeah, dude, don't ever. The rule was, don't ever take anything that's already been rolled unless you watch them. Don't take it because you never know. Nothing pre-rolled. Always do it yourself. Always break it up and roll it yourself. Or if you got a buddy that's right there with you doing it, that you can he ain't doing nothing dumb, then but
it's a little different today than back
Make
then.
sure he don't sprinkle a little angel dust on it.
Oh my God. I can't imagine.
I was more worried about the white stuff. That's called a primo. I was more worried about that. I was like, no nose candy.
No.
Nope. Because that's what all of my buddies, it was that and the other stuff. I told this story the other night. We were over at this chick's house, her and her girlfriend. And it was me and my two friends. And, I'm like sitting there and I'm rolling a J. And she's like, do you want any of this? And it was crystal meth. And I was like, no, I'm good with this. Thanks. And, my two buddies were like, yeah, we'll partake, thinking they sound so cool and edgy.
That's the one that went in the bathroom and took all the.
So, yes. So she gets it all ready, and she's like, it's ready. And Chris is like, I'll go first. And he goes in there and does whatever. And I'm like, y'all are fucking stupid. Ugh. And he comes out, and then Kink goes in there and comes back out and goes, where is it? And that's when I'm like, huh? And he's like, there's nothing in there. And she goes, no, it's in there. And she goes in there and she comes back out and she looks at Chris and goes, what did you do? And he goes, I thought that was all for me. And I was like, holy shit.
Oh my God.
How many lines?
She goes, there were four things. And he's like, oh, yeah, I know what the terminology is. I just didn't want to say lines. But God. He's like, I thought it was for me. And I was like, you dumb son of a bitch.
Oh my God. No, that's never been my thing either. It's my nose, y'all. I got a tiny ass nose. I really do. And there's just no way.
Project story. What the fuck? Yeah. There were 4 lines, damn you. Yeah. There were four lines.
I bet he was tripping balls the rest of the night.
God help me. So I get a call. It's the other day. I think it was the 18th. So 6 days ago. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? I only took one. I'm like, bullshit. You lying son of a bitch. Don't call me up and slur your words and do your little shuffle.
Oh my God.
And think you can bullshit me and tell me you just took one. Marketing Draws at $5 super chat. Says, hey, Loki, Arwyn, and Foghorn. I got a video premiering after this. No stream. As I go in early. I hope to see you guys tonight for the late show. Indeed, we will be back for the late show.
Hey, Mac.
So,
morning.
Keep kicking ass, Makini. Keep kicking ass and taking names. We got to throw you a skull. First skull of the day. So, what should we do? How about Makini's reaction to Sony censoring Stellar Blade?
All right.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother.
Classic Sam.
Mac, you're so badass. Hell yeah.
Classic.
Nope. Ain't gonna do
Shit.
it. Nope. Love it. Love it. Love it.
And I will strike down upon thee. Holy shit. But no, none of this, not, I know you guys are probably like, oh man, Loki, you sound like you had such a crazy blah, blah, blah. It was dumb. It was all dumb. And people got hurt and people got ripped off. And some people got their cars missing. I don't know what the hell happened to their cars and their vehicles and all kinds of crazy shit. People disappeared. So there's people, I have no idea what the hell happened to them. They just disappeared one day. It's like, oh, there's an empty seat on the couch. Oh, look, this guy's gone. Where'd he go? I don't know. Never heard from him again.
Well, and I'm going to say something, and I'm going to say it with a caveat, okay? So nobody be like, oh, she's promoting bad behavior in the young. I'm not. But if you have to go have your Rumspringa and do shit like that, it's best to do it when you're younger, before you have children, before you have an established job, before you have things that if you lose, it's over, So if you got to do it, get it out of your system when you're young, and then grow the fuck up and then carry on with your life. But unfortunately, sometimes this kind of stuff will strike you when you're established and adult and all that stuff. And I don't know, to me, it seems harder, and it's a sadder situation when somebody has avoided all that shit and then gets embroiled or entangled in it when they are older.
Yep. And there are kids involved.
And that tugs at my heartstrings, because I'm like, damn, because you know how hard it is to get away from that stuff once you're in it, as deep as someone is.
It's always harder on the kids.
Yeah, Mark, exactly.
And that's exactly what, now it lasted longer than college for me, but because I had to move, like I said, I had to move North Texas to get away from it all, to get away from the people that were encouraging it and enabling it. And I dealt with it, and I dealt with the sweats and the stomach cramps and the, oh my God, I'm ready to kill somebody feeling and all that. I dealt with it, and I got clean. And I've had some relapses over the course of my life, but
back when I was growing up, in my teenage years, we used to be able to drink at 18. 18 was legal drinking age, and we all had a guy that could doctor your license up, and it was perfect. And I started drinking underage at about 15, and it, I'm not saying, I mean, I got drunk quite a lot and everything when I was that age, and I drove drunk, not proud of it, but I learned my lesson after a while, especially when I woke up one time in somebody's front yard hanging out of the door of the car and didn't know how I got there. After that, I went straight.
Mm-hmm.
Our rate specialist brings something up. He says the other woman that was arrested, her husband streamed about it. He had some strong opinions. Here's the thing.
I saw that.
There is a reason why you cannot have a therapeutic relationship with someone that you know outside of therapy. Okay. And that's because your head gets involved with what you know about them, yada, yada, yada. It's an unprofessional relationship and can lead to all kinds of bullshit. So it's a no-no, and you can't do it. Any opinions he has in this matter are tainted by the relationship his wife has with Rakita and his wife. Plain, simple. You can't have a honest opinion when your wife is part of this issue and doing the things she was doing. You just can't.
I thought that was really unprofessional and actually kind of illegal, wouldn't it be?
What?
Oh, for you,
him to state an opinion about it?
No. You can state an opinion. It's just
I'm not. I'm talking about whatever.
Oh, a therapy, professional therapy? Yeah, that is illegal.
Okay. I'm sorry, dear Bob. I thought y'all were talking about the ex-husband who made who had the strong opinions. I gotcha.
Yes, that is illegal for you to treat anyone that you know personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not legal. You can't do that. You can talk to them and give them advice, but you can't pull them into a therapeutic setting and treat it like therapy.
And it makes sense because when therapy, I haven't been, but I've thought about it at times, most definitely, and I've seen people who have benefited greatly from it. It's nice to actually know though that you are going to someone who is completely detached from all of your bullshit and who is going to give you objective advice for your betterment. It's very nice, the thought of doing that, because it's like you're getting someone's direction who has a clean slate from all of the crap that you're involved with in your life. And so yeah, if you are, I don't see how it would work otherwise. I really don't.
Like I said, you can give advice, but you can't treat them on a therapy level.
A professional therapy. Yes,
Professional therapy level.
Agreed.
Victor Fontaine throws out a $20 Rumble rant. Thank you so very much, brother, for that $20 Rumble, man. He says, Loki, I'm just glad you were there to pull me back from the edge when Kurtzman did Star Trek Discovery or when Abrams did The Last Jedi. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Skull and tuck and roll. Brother, thank you so very much for hanging out. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you for the Rumble rants. You guys do keep the fires burning bright. You keep the lights on. You guys keep the lights on here. I could not do this without you guys. Thank you so very much, brother. And what do we got? What do we got? Do we want to burn it down? Do we want to throw him a Spartan? I don't think he had any kind of request.
Let's burn it down. Fire is cleansing.
Burn it down. Fire cleansing.
Hell yeah.
Dragon fire. Skull!
Oh!
What did Alex Kurtzman do for Star Trek? He gave us all a bad case of the gout. We got an STD foot disease.
We all need to go to the clinic for that one.
That's right. It stings. It stings. It's another one of those STDs.
We need to get our brains washed. We need to throw them in a washing machine.
Yep, ain't no cream gonna help that. Ooh, we need cleansing completely.
Holy shit. So hopefully, I didn't want to spend the whole time talking about this, and we've kind of gone back and forth and personal experiences and all that. Hopefully, Nick gets the help. We're not making light of it.
No,
we're not laughing at him. I'm definitely not laughing at him. I've been through this. I went through this in my 20s. I had almost a decade of addiction. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that one of the reasons why my kidneys are jammed the way they are is because I did stupid things and I took too much of this or that or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that I will look back on and go, you were a fucking idiot.
And I think
I can't undo it.
That everyone either has been through it, has someone close that has been through it, or knows someone who has been through it.
Yeah, no pun intended. No pun intended. But the chickens will always come home to roost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Punk Waddle says the flare-ups are the worst.
Punk Waddle.
Those are new episode days.
Yeah.
Oh, God help us. Grumpy old Marine Bed. Have a good one all on Monday. Please take a couple of moments to remember what Memorial Day is intended for. I will raise a glass to my buddy KIA Somalia 1993 PFC Domingo Arroyo. Semper Fi, little bro. Do or die, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, hell yeah. Our rate specialist says, hopefully talking about it may help others going through a similar situation. I hope so. And you know what? To all the people that are like, I tried to talk to Nick and I tried to be there for Nick and he slapped my hand away. If he decides to take this step, reach out and be like, hey, if you need anything, we got your back. Because if he has seen the writing on the wall and he's decided to make a change, he's going to need you guys.
Yep.
And that is something that is difficult for the person that's going through it, is once they do get clear-headed and realize, God, I fucked up. They are so afraid that all those friends that they either ignored or pushed away or whatever won't be there for them. And oh my God, so many times that is not the case. That the friends are there and there was nothing else they could do. So they are waiting until the person reaches out or they can reach out or whatever. But yeah, more times than not, the people will still be there, or at least the core. There's a core group that will still be there. And if you are in that situation, don't be embarrassed or afraid to reach out. They already know. You're not going to tell them anything they don't know, and don't worry about the shame, because they are aware of your situation. Yeah. So you're not telling them anything they haven't witnessed for themselves. So go ahead and do it. Reach out if you got to.
And bro, I'm not downing on anybody who does some recreational shit or anything, but there's a difference between what we've seen on his streams and someone who likes to light up a J at the end of the night. I can't do that. I can't go near that shit, because once I do it, y'all will never see me again. Not until I resurface some point later and I'm like, I screwed up, guys. Because I go down that rabbit hole, I don't come back out.
Yeah.
Not easily, anyway. Mm-hmm. So we're not talking about the people that can sit back and recreate and, or have a be responsible.
Because y'all know I like my gummies.
Hey, I still like to drink a few beers, and I'll take a shot of whiskey every now and then, but I don't go overboard.
But we know our limits.
I used to drink every Friday night when we did the late show. I don't anymore because of all the medication I'm on for my heart and diabetes and all that. And I could have a little vodka every once in a while, but it's not the same.
Right.
It's just not the same. I can't kick back and enjoy it. That was my kick back and enjoy it night.
Adega is singing me.
I'm addicted to fried chicken. The hen house will always be a bit empty on my account. There's no cure.
Oh my God.
And I'm one of the reasons why Buffalo almost went extinct, because Buffalo burgers. Nummy.
Buffalo, really?
He burned it to a crisp, though.
Burnt Buffalo burger.
Oh, they have to be. Y'all, well done. I'm sorry. It's where it's at.
Fire.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember the Burger King commercial from back in the day when they were like flame broiled goodness, and you saw the fire coming up off the grill, and they're flipping patties in the middle of a fucking kitchen fire? Yeah. Yes, that's what I want. We're gonna throw it in the microwave. Shit doesn't work.
Nope.
Snowdub with $2 super chat says, "Go and tuck and roll." Skull and tuck and roll, brother.
Hell yes, no.
Snowdub will be having a show tonight,
tuck and roll,
and then hopefully he'll be on our show after that. So hopefully we'll see this little guy, the little punk waddle, the sheriff.
I love that.
And Shelly, little Shellback. So, and his little ball noses.
His little raspberries, 3 little raspberry noses.
Didn't they cross the bison with a cow and they call it a beefalo or something like that?
Some shit like that.
Really? A beefalo.
Darth Arlena, y'all make me feel like a saint. I didn't smoke weed for the first time till I was 42. Never done anything else. Still smoke weed from time to time. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, Arlena, you've done enough to make up for it, honey. It's all good.
Tijuana.
And this right here. There's nothing that's made better without adding bacon.
Oh, yes. Bullshit. Yep. You're not going to put a piece of bacon on cake.
Oh, hell yeah.
My late husband used to do that. Bacon was his gem. And he's like,
bacon and ice cream is pretty dang good, too.
Yes. Yes. Bacon's good.
No.
Bacon.
It's that sweet and savory thing. I just can't get past it, y'all. Neither bacon. It's just what it is. Like waffles and chicken and syrup. And oh, my God. Separate that shit and eat it like a human. I can't. I just can't. But I bought him some, it was Kellogg's one time came out with a maple bacon syrup flavored Pop-Tart.
Oh, no shit.
And I got that for him, and I expected him to be like, Arwyn, you're my queen. These are the best things. He took a bite and he went, I don't know about this. But it was fake bacon flavor, so it really didn't count as well.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he wasn't impressed. But I tried.
Bacon flavored donuts, anyone?
Bacon flavored donuts.
All right. Mark
With maple topping.
Yep.
I do like the occasional French fry dipped in a Wendy's Frosty. Okay. I so maybe I do have my sweet and savory. Fair enough. But that's about it.
Bacon. I'm like a dang dog.
Bacon.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just going to address Henry. He says, I like bacon and I like cake, but why would you put them together? I wouldn't. My husband was like, anything is better with bacon, anything. And I'm like, anything. He's like, anything. That's how much he loved bacon. But I like on cake. Now, wait a minute. What the hell? I am not going to have the reputation as the negative bacon queen. I like bacon. I do. I just do not agree that you can put bacon with anything and it would improve it.
You know what's really good with bacon?
What?
More bacon.
Now I can get behind that one too, Bob. I'm okay with that.
I tell you what, if a young, well-to-do gentleman came to my house with my daughter and was like, "Sir, it's an honor to meet you. Here is a pound of peppered smoked bacon," I'd be like, "Welcome to the family, boy."
Man after my own heart, bacon. Yeah.
That's right.
Skull.
Let's go. Welcome to the family, son.
I do not hate bacon. Ghost Rider, y'all. Fake news. This is how rumors get started. Okay. I love bacon, just not on cake.
Oh, that makes sense. There you go.
My God.
Arwyn has a sausage issue. Bacon is competition.
Bacon is good. Hell, I made bacon the other day and crumbled it
Put
up.
some bacon on a Twinkie.
No, bacon and Twinkie. Oh my
man!
God.
Put the bacon in the center with the cream.
Oh my God.
Gun Bunny was saying something, but I don't want her context.
She was agreeing with someone that she doesn't understand why anybody would do that.
Yeah.
What, bacon on cake?
No, smoked. And tried weed. My rash was worse after that. He quit cold turkey and profusely apologized. I'll tell you what. I remember my ex-wife would just make a huge deal out of pot. I mean, she made a huge deal out of pot. At first, it was like, "What's that, purple haze? Let me try that." Hanging her head out of the window while we drive down the road. And then later, it was like, "Oh, even the smell just makes me sick. It just makes me sick. It makes me want to vomit." Now, bigger pothead than I ever was. June Wong with $5 super chat. "I took 2 pills the other day, blue ones. Finally worked out for 5 years. Smex was great. However, my hips are now sore, and the hooker was expensive."
The hooker.
Hookah.
Sounds like a Wookiee. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. I've never had any kind of addiction to any kind of drug or anything like that. I mean, when I had my open heart surgery, they sent me home with a shitload of dead opiates, and I think I took 2 of them. I just, I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't care if it kills the pain. I mean, hell, I can take a little pain.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Dave Bob's into pain. and June, I'm sure.
I have a high tolerance for pain.
After the or before the 2 blue pills, it looked nice. After, it looked like chopped up Viennetta. So, guys, we're getting out of here. Thank you so much, June Wong, for your $5 super chat, Australian super chat. We're gonna send you guys over to Mockney Draws. He's got a video premiering. It's like in progress. So I want to thank everybody. I thank Arwyn, Dave, Bob. I want to thank all of you. Thank you for being a part of this conversation. If you know someone, and they don't want help, there's sometimes you can't help them. They've got to help themselves. You can be there for them after, but sometimes there's just nothing you can do.
All you can do is wait for them to be ready. You can't force it.
Keith!
Hey, Keith. Mwah.
What's up, brother? So, guys, what do you got? What do you got coming out, Arwyn, before we get out of here?
Pop Star Wars stream tomorrow.
Pop Star Wars stream.
Yes, going to be on that, I believe, later in the afternoon. So I am really looking forward to that.
Okay.
And I think that's it for this. Yeah, there's no vac tube tonight. And I think that's about it for right now, unless something else comes up. And so I'll be wherever. But yeah, Pops tomorrow. Star Wars.
I'll probably be here tonight, but other than that, I'll be back next Friday.
So you are having a show tonight, Loki, for sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Even though I'm getting up butt crack ass at dawn, and I've got to go to a convention in Pasadena.
Okay.
So I will be driving for an hour and 20 minutes in the morning to get there before 10. Ugh.
Agreed.
Yeah. The only reason I'm going is a buddy I haven't seen in forever reached out. Said, "Are you going to this? I know you do the convention stuff." And I was like, "Okay."
Y'all have a great weekend, folks.
That's right. What about back tube?
No vac tube tonight.
No vac tube.
No vac tube
okay.
tonight.
Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak, friend, enter. We'll see you next week for the weekend review here on Mornings of Mischief with the Rooster Day, Bob, and the lady, Arwyn Avalon.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Have a great one, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.